So we're right here at the Nvidia press event, and you just unveiled Tegra2.
The next generation Tegra, correct.
And so this is like the fastest ARM processor ever?
I believe so. It's, A9, gigahertz, SMP capable. I don't believe there's anything else out there like that.
Up to how many gigahertz can you run?
It's at least a gigahertz.
And you were showing all this with eight cores?
Correct.
And you have all these engineers that made it work.
So it's clearly it's a true heterogeneous multiprocessing system. So it only uses the processor or the piece of the system that's required for a given use case, and that's what allows it to be so low power.
All right, and here at CES, you're launching a whole bunch of tablets.
Correct. There's a bunch of tablets from OEMs and ODMs. This particular one happens to be from Foxconn, and as you can see, it's got an interesting user interface. Allows you to navigate. It's got the ability to go off and watch your movies and store your movies. Now these are all 1080p content, so you can play these. You come up and play stunning 1080p content.
Whoa! And that's was it a 9-inch screen?
This is a little more than 10 inch.
Yeah.
And then go back if you want to look at photos.
How did they make this interface? What is it? Is it based on Windows CE or is it
So this
Flash,
is Windows CE, and then it's a custom user interface from a company called Brogent.
All right. And so it's super smooth. And it's
Super
capacitive screen.
This particular one, I believe, is resistive, but they resistive and capacitive.
Cool.
It's also got the capability to go on the internet.
All right. And you have another one there?
I have another one. This is from a company called ICD. ICD, you want to plug that in? A company called ICD, and as you see, there's a Verizon logo on this. So there's demonstrations going on. It went out in a press release today with a Motorola modem, Verizon's 4G or LTE network, and then obviously our technology as well.
And
so,
Android.
And Android. There you go. This is Android.
Cool. So this is a 7-inch tablet.
Correct.
What is this, like a prototype for now? Or
so this is
this
is a device that is being shown to carriers. There's carriers around the world that are looking at it, obviously using it for demonstrations. It's a great form factor. You think a nice thin form factor. You could slip it in your backpack or your briefcase.
Nice, and even the camera and.
It's got a camera. It's got the whole 9 yards.
So how long is battery life?
So depending, I believe you'll have to look on their website. I don't have the specs, but they've got that device on their website, and you can see the battery life. But it's clearly the ability to do 720p, 1080p video, great web surfing, and all that.
So in terms of battery life, one really cool thing also is to get a screen that can use even less, and you have you have an example of that.
Correct. So there's a company in India called Notion Inc., and this is their device. This is their first device they've come up with. It's Android as well, as you can see, but it's got a couple of interesting things to it. So first thing, if you do the book reader, you pick a book. So you've got the book, you can read it here. It's obviously smooth. Let's say you've got some ambient light like you do now. You push this button, and now you've got the ability to still see it.
Yeah.
The backlight is off. So now what I'm burning is less than 0.2 of a watt. So you could read books for nearly an infinite amount of time.
So right now, who's using more power, Tegra or the screen?
Probably at 0.2 of a watt. It's hard to figure out. Tegra's doing nothing. Yeah. So Tegra's in rest, which is sort of tens of microwatts.
Tens of microwatts.
Right. And so I would guess the things that are burning power in here, if anything, is a PMU.
So what's going on is that Tegra is super good at scaling down and going in burst only when you need and stuff
Correct.
like that?
Exactly, and that's this heterogeneous multiprocessing system.
Yeah.
I've got 8 processors. I've got one dedicated for audio. When that's running, nothing else is running. One dedicated for graphics. When that's going, nothing else is running. Same for video encode, same for video decode. So very efficient. Some other interesting things. This is, there's interesting applications that you can write. Obviously on Android, and these guys have done a great job.
The first ever 10-inch Android.
Right. So I have a gesture P, and it goes to a program we've really done. This is sort of an interesting little physics program, but they put the ability to do to do handwriting gestures in and be able to call up programs, which is just a fun way to navigate.
Super nice.
This device you'll see in the second quarter, and there's mock-ups of exactly what it'll look like over in our booth. So come on by and look at it.
So you would agree that this can replace the Kindle as well?
I think it could. I think that there will be Kindle readers on different devices potentially. I think they've done an amazing job of building a device that has a great technology and a great use. It's a question of what other readers show up. Do Kindle readers show up on other devices? Clearly, electronic readers are, both for magazines and books, are the way that the world is moving.
And at the booth, are you showing other form factors? Are you showing laptop form factors or smart MID?
So we've got some clamshell form factors. We've also got a really cool technology from a company called Boxy, which is an internet television setup. So go by and take a look at that. There's also some small form factors that are internet televisions. So Tegra, as Jensen said, is being adopted by tablets, by clamshells, by cars, by internet televisions. You name it.
And what is there any price that's not you deciding the price, but do you have any target price that some of the devices could have
So I think some of them will come through carriers. They'll be subsidized, so they'll be less. They'll be maybe $100 or $200. There'll be some high-end devices that may be a little more than that. There'll be some other devices that are probably much less than that. So it's a broad range. We built Tegra so that the system power is very low, and the ability to build a system with a low cost is there as well.
Cool. And you just announced the Unreal Engine, so you have all the games and everything is cool.
Totally cool.
Cool. Okay,
all
thanks.
right.